Look who's paying. I got your thing together. lock, my sparkling watch, whether on the block or bonds and stocks. I need a chick who can cook, wash my drawers and socks, and be on my team whether I ball or not. Misplay, no games, kids say no names. This ain't gon' change, the same old same. Try to put you on crug, that you ask for more, but it's only one thing that I got to know.
Is this just a game that you used to play? Or am I just a fool that's chasing? Girl, I try my best to keep you happy. Instead you turned around and tried to play me. I work hard to get the things I have. I work so very, very hard, baby, to get the things you need. And I wanna know why you wanna play on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Play your little games on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me?
I'm Jay Seuss, but that really ain't no thing. What's your name, boo? I ain't tryna change you, I just wanna tame you. I ain't the one to game you, lock you down and change you. I wanna give you thug love, be the one to claim you. See, once you get with me, your life will never be the same, boo. Opposite of plain, ooh, give you diamond rings too. And it ain't no thing too, let you with my range, boo. I'm about a lot of things, but I ain't about them games, boo.
Should do, babe. Oh, why you wanna play your little games, baby? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play? Oh, play your games on me. Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play your games on me? Why you wanna play your games on me?
kinda lazy, don't wanna get dressed. My attitude's on a whole nother level, borderline classy, somewhat ghetto, but you love me. Yeah, yeah, love me. I know I drive you crazy, crazy. But you love me anyway. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. You let me be, knowing you can't change me. Can't change me. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. I give it straight, no chaser. Big mouth on my run. I'm not the one you don't want. Do what I want, you can't hold me. It's nothing but love if you know me. I'm hard to handle, but I'm worth it. Worth it, yeah. Gave you my heart, but you earned it. Oh, and I'll always be yours. Always be yours. Just don't try to change me. Don't try to change me. I'm crazy, but you love me anyway. Love me anyway. Yeah. Love me anyway. Oh. You let me be, knowing you can't change me. Can't change me anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm complicated, but you love how I keep it real. Never had to pretend with you I could be how I feel. And despite everything people might say, take me as I am and love me anyway, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love me anyway. Love me anyway. Yeah. Love me anyway. Yeah. You like me, knowing you can't change me. Yeah, you love me anyway. I love the way you love, the way you love me. Hey, yeah. I know I drive you crazy, but you love me anyway. You love me anyway. Yeah. Hey, just love you, girl, love you, girl. You love me, knowing you can't change me. You love me anyway. Change me. Just love me.
And it's strange, but when I think of you and all the things that we've been through, I just gotta say, and you know it's true, I think I'm still in love with you. I see you everywhere, 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 everywhere I go. I see you everywhere, 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 everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere, everywhere, everywhere I go.
If you just believe, you can achieve. You can reach the sky. Just open your eyes. Never be afraid to love. Never be afraid to just be. You gotta cast away the chains of doubt and have the courage to be free. Don't cloud your eyes with others' lies. Say only what you wanna see. Just duplicate this simple truth. Have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, yes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Never be afraid to love. to just be. Gotta cast away those chains of doubt and have the courage to be free. Don't close your eyes with all their lies. Say only what you wanna see. Just duplicate this simple truth. Have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can. Open your eyes, yes you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly.
You go to my head, and you linger like a haunting refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go to my head like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew, and I find the very mention of you like the kicker in a julep or two. The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me. Still I say to myself, get a hold of yourself. Can't you see that it can never be? You go to my head, yes, with a smile that makes my temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Though I'm certain this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go. straight to my head, baby. This heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go to my head, you go to my head. You go to my head.
lives here in Dallas now, doesn't he?
He does. He has a place called The Warehouse.
That's his place
Yeah.
in Fort Worth.
Yeah, I want to say support.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and welcome to the Indie Live Spot right here on GHP Radio, streaming live on YouTube. And of course, you just got through hearing the wonderful music from our guest, and we're so excited that he is here, Michael Manson. Everybody, welcome.
Hey, Michael.
To the people, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for being here. So
Yes, sir.
excited about talking to you again. It's been a long time since we had you on, but
In a minute.
Yeah, it's been it's been a while. Yes, yes, indeed. But gosh, man, the music you sent us this time around, man, it's just out of sight, man. I love everything I've heard on the whole complete collection. Yes, sir.
Complete. It's a complete labor of love. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Especially the labor part.
I know that.
Yeah, and we just actually come off of two of the tracks off of it. We actually I did the stepper version of "You Go to My Head" featuring Kevin Whalen, which was very nice. Love that. And then of course we went right into your titled track from the album. Ray of Hope. Nice.
But you got to have a separate set, because I live in Chicago, and we are the mecca for step.
That's right.
Got to pay homage to the home crew, as it were.
Absolutely, man. Gosh, yes. And of course, I was asking a little bit earlier off air who was that awesome voice I heard on the that first track there, and of course you hit me to who it was, and I was just like, wow, sound like butter, man. Sounds
yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Whalen, man.
That's my brother. I love him.
Yeah. But welcome back to the show, man. We're happy to have you here, and in fact, I was excited about having you because I did get a glimpse of you for a little while on Brian's show here recently, and so it was it was really great to see you again, and it was just funny because when I did see you, I think Grizz was actually watching too, and we messaged each other, and we was talking about reminiscing about when we had you on before, how we had such a great time then. And so we really do appreciate you coming back.
Well, hanging out with Brian is like being at home. I mean, we've known each other for 25 years now. So
you toured with him as well, right?
It's like, pardon me?
You toured with him as well.
I did. In fact, that's one of the first. For a long time, I was a gospel musician and gospel only because of my religious background. And one of the first things that I did transitioning into jazz was with Brian, and but Kirk Whalen, of course, was probably the greatest influence into that transition. Well, one of the first stops that I made from the touring aspect was with Brian, and so yes, we have a lot of history. And he was the one that actually encouraged me to actually do a solo record, my first solo record, The Bottom Line. And he helped me a lot with that, produced a lot, co-wrote, that type of thing.
Wow, man, that's awesome. Well, tell us.
He was just a college student at the time, or just right out of college.
Wow, really? Dang, man.
Right in his dorm room,
Yeah, and I remember him when you guys were talking about it, he said like that he was so shy and just didn't have because I know you have to kind of build up your personality on stage.
Absolutely.
If you've never actually done that throughout your life, that you have that little rehearsal time while performing in front of other people.
Yeah.
But when you really haven't, it's like it takes a while to get comfortable in your skin up on stage.
It does. It does. There's a lot of transitions that go on, and lots of evolution. But we keep evolving. That's it.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about it. And so this wonderful collection, man, that you have, this latest here, tell us a little bit about it, man, because it's just, like I said, it's just a wonderful uh, collection of music. I love everything I heard on it, and
Wow, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, man, I love it. I love that too because that was like the days you used to have when back in the days when we used to listen to CDs and well, even go back as far as cassettes and all that kind of good stuff. But it was great then, when you can get a complete CD or cassette and don't have to worry about trying to push the fast forward button. You're gonna stay there
Right.
and let it roll.
Yeah, because every track is amazing.
Yeah.
Every single track.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on cassette. You said what? Cassette? I'm sorry, really?
At least you didn't say 8-track.
Right. And in them days with the cassette, if it wasn't great, it was a mess because you had to sit there and wait and hold your finger on
And get it to see if it stopped right.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh man. Yeah. Indeed.
But it's cool, man. I'm happy and blessed that I have music, and God bless me with music that can reach people and touch people, and I think the collection has something for everybody. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's like, there's some funk on there. There's some really beautiful jazz ballads, and and then some steppers, and then some straight up smooth jazz. You know what I mean? So it's like I wanted to cover all the bases, as it were. Especially regarding my fan base. And give them what they want, but then but always give them your heart. You know what I mean? It's like don't sugarcoat anything. Let it be authentic.
Sure. Absolutely. And
I have a question about one of the tracks that I love. Proving Tonight. Who's the one singing on that one?
So those are the background singers in my band, actually.
Okay.
Now, what I'm most proud of is the first two voices that you hear on there. That's both me and my wife.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
On the phone. And I was like, ooh. Okay.
How cool is that? That's so cool.
Did you see his face when he said "me and my wife"?
That's why I had to add the little ooh. Okay.
He just lit up when he said "me and my wife." Look, he's flushing, you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Hear it, you'll understand why. When you hear that track, you'll understand why.
But yeah, for 34 years, man, she's been my girlfriend. So.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That is so sweet.
And congratulations
no, but
too.
Background singer, so name them.
So we have Maritha Martin, and then my wife is also singing background.
Oh, okay.
And then who else is on there? I want to say Andrea Love is on there as well.
Okay. So those are the vocals that we hear.
Yes.
Awesome, because they're amazing.
Well, thank you.
It's like, yeah, that's why it does have a groove to it.
And it was just meant to be a feel good song.
And it is.
And then I quite honestly, I wanted a song that I could play on, and I took this extended solo. George Duke used to accuse me all the time of just taking these really long extended solos. Like, all right, George, I got you on this one.
Oh, yeah. And that's another thing, because some of our viewers that are probably watching today, a lot of them do know a lot about you and know about all of the great, wonderful people that you've actually been affiliated with over the years. And but that's great. I like to. What story can you give us as far as that goes? Now that you mentioned about George Duke, that memory that comes. I know you probably got so many memories.
Oh man, it's like choosing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
But you know what? He was such an influence on me for 17 years, regarding A, being a musician, B, being a solo artist, and then how to approach music.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that really stood out to me is that when we would play, and we'd play these songs that we would play, over and over, every song, right? I mean, every concert, I should say.
Sure.
And but every concert, something magical would happen on stage that make you stand back, bug your eyes, and your jaw would drop because it was so magical. It was like unbelievable, right?
Oh yeah.
And he would be like, you know what, man, you've got to make it for the person, got to make it special for the person who's hearing this song for the first time. And everything that you do, and so there, he's very famous for this song "Rhyme No Reason," right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very, very. So there was not a show that we could not do that song. We had to do it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Right. It was like rite of passage. You got to do it.
For sure.
But every night there was something, or every concert, I should say, there was something that would happen that would be special, that would be different, that would be like, oh my God, this just happened.
Yeah.
And I try to do that in my music as well. Every time, every performance, somebody's hearing it for the first time, and it's going to have an effect on them.
Oh yeah.
For the first time, right? So
Yes.
be cognizant of that and make it special all the time. I've got this tune called "Outer Drive." It's on my first record. It's probably my biggest radio hit to date. And there's not a concert I cannot get through without playing "Outer Drive."
Yeah.
But I have to make it special every time we play it. And that was my big George Duke takeaway in story, is that he did that every concert. There was a jaw-dropping moment that happened, and make everybody stand up and everybody pay attention. You couldn't dial it in. You never dial in a performance.
Oh yeah. Man, that's so wonderful to hear.
I missed him.
Yeah, because he was like one of the guys that, when I was, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I might have been, I want to say I probably was around the age of maybe 12, 13. I used to listen to his stuff because my uncles, they had like albums and albums of all this great music, and it was by a lot of artists like him and Stanley Clark, all that kind of stuff. And that's what actually introduced me as a young person to that type of music. So, growing up and following all that stuff is just amazing. And like I said, George Duke, like I said, the funk and all that stuff. It's just, I love it.
Shout out to my friend Byron Miller, but I grew up on George Duke, and Byron, of course, was his first bass player in the funk stuff. Yeah. So I would grow up in my basement, trying to, emulate these guys on the record and try to do what they do.
Yeah.
And never knowing that all my dreams were going to come true. And, I would picture myself on stage with these guys.
Yeah.
Come true. It's like, God is so good. It's like, I've played with those people that I wanted to play with when I grew up, playing down in my basement. My mom used to get on me about playing so loud, but but I played.
But it paid off.
Dream, it just paid off. Absolutely,
That is so cool that came true for you.
Yeah. Dreams do come true.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
That was your dookie stick.
Right?
Absolutely.
Ray, you were going to say something, Ray?
No, I was just listening.
Oh,
I
okay.
was laughing.
Oh, okay.
When she said
At least you're not sleeping anymore. At least you're not sleeping.
Wait, the show, it's still young. It's still young in the show.
No, you missed it. See, you and Gary were talking. I had time to observe.
Yeah. We'll have to fill Michael in on some of the stuff later on of this when we go on music break.
Yes.
Yeah. But
if I can
please,
say
Joyce.
something, okay.
Yes.
When I was watching your live videos on YouTube, and we were talking behind the scenes, and I off the air, and I said, I could see you on stage with Fred Hammond, and you grinned big, not realizing those are your, like my parents used to say, those are your people. Fred Hammond, and just talking, I mean, I could just see the energy, and then hearing that you come from a gospel background,
yes,
which explains what I saw even more. That's where you came from, and your association with Kevin and Kirk Whalum and etc. So I'm finding that, and give me some feedback on that transitioning from gospel music to jazz was really smooth. If not, tell us about that transition. You told us behind off the air, but I think the listeners would like to hear that.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know if I could call it smooth, but I certainly could call it God-led, you know what I mean? Meaning that I was, you know, playing with some really top-notch gospel artists, and but I felt like in my heart there was something more. And so, you know, took some time off to pray and to really just focus. And I had always studied jazz, already, you know, my schooling's in classical. I have a master's degree in orchestra conducting, but I always studied jazz, and I just wanted to explore and be able to actually, for lack of a better term, minister on my own terms.
Absolutely.
So the door opened up with Kirk Whalum in 1997 with the Gospel According to Jazz series, and just things. I mean, so that was a God ordained thing, right? It was like, okay, you're just leaving the gospel realm, and now you're getting into the jazz thing, and you got this CD with George Duke and Paul Jackson and Kirk Whalum, all in one place. All these influences in one place, and you're transitioning from jazz to gospel. I mean, from gospel to jazz. I should say. Gospel to jazz.
And maybe that's what I saw when I watched you, because even though you transitioned, you are still the man of God that you were before, and still serving. And I'm looking at it, and I was drawn to it. Now I understand why, because I remember when I came back to music about 11 years ago. And a lady saw me from New York, Lois Gibson. She's a minister, apostle. And she said, I saw what you're doing. She said, I'm going to tell you something. And I believe this applies to you and others like you as well. She said, God is strategically placing Christian musicians out into the world.
Right.
And she said, I believe you're one of them. She said, go play your clubs, go play wherever you play, but don't forget who you are. And it's like, whoa, okay.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, I played in a lot of places, and you know, and people will come up and they will say things to you. So I think that the anointing, you were God led, because I can still see the anointing. That's the bottom line, that nutshell. And I love that. And you're happy on stage, your energy. If you guys to know what I'm talking about, just search his name in YouTube and watch his live videos. He has a series of them, and I'm telling you, the energy is amazing.
Yeah, it
is. Amazing energy. I love how you talked about your wife. Yeah, we're starting with a Latin flair. That's we took salsa.
It's so true. Oh my God. I don't have any rhythm, period. None. Nada.
It's like, don't ask me to dance.
You had your hands out, and you're having a good time. And who is your saxophone player? He's awesome too. Who is that?
Yeah, that's Chris Green. He's an amazing young saxophone player out of Chicago. He specializes. He has his own.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He has his own quartet, the Chris Green Quartet, and they're on fire for real. And awesome. I'm just so blessed. But he's actually coming home. I'm old enough. I was his 8th grade teacher.
Wow.
I was his music teacher when he was in 8th grade.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. That makes me old, doesn't it? I get it.
Musicians don't get old.
This is so true. I know plenty of people my age, way older than I am. True.
That's one thing about music. It's like Kool-Aid. You're never too old for it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a good statement.
You compare Kool-Aid. Nice.
I know. Well, you remember the commercial that's showing my age. You're never too old for Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So.
Yes,
But if no one has another question, I would like to hear more about what you established 10 years ago, the Urban Music School.
Yeah, so it's called the Musical Arts Institute.
Yes.
And I'm so unbelievably excited about what we've become. 10 years ago, I think after I had finished the Just Feeling It CD with Trine Records, and I taught for a year in Chicago, and taught music for a year in Chicago, and came to the realization that that our kids needed a place where they could express themselves artistically at a high level, without the quote unquote social mores that plague our schools.
Yes.
Sometimes, it's not cool to be a band geek or a music geek in the school. It's not cool, So I wanted to have a place where kids can come and really express themselves and show their artistic values and achieve in music. So we started, me and my wife, we started the Musical Arts Institute, which is on the very far south side of Chicago. And we started with 35 kids and 5 teachers, and now we have 27 teachers, and we serve 1,700 kids.
That's
fantastic.
Wow.
So
fantastic.
Yeah. And then, so we partner with different elementary schools and youth organizations. We bring music to them, and then we have our own conservatory as well, where 100% of our kids that are in our conservatory, they graduate and go to college on scholarship, because we do push hard.
Did you say 100%?
I said 100%. I said 100%.
What a blessing.
And what's happening is that sometimes in our community, we tend to lower our expectations of our children and say, hey, so we're doing them a disservice if we lower our expectations and say, hey, they're just kids. Hey, they're from an urban background. We don't allow those excuses. It's like, no, you're going to come with it, and we're going to make this happen, and you're going to achieve like everybody else, even those on the other side of the tracks, quote unquote. And because those are your competition, they're competing for the same dollars that you are. And you want to be a part of it, let's go.
Yeah.
And if you don't, we're cool too. No love lost. But you're going to have an environment where achievement is expected, So.
Absolutely.
And for those who are from Chicago, how do you get your child involved in your program?
So, again, our website is musicalartsinstitute.org, but normally, we geographically target the very far south side of Chicago, and if they're in one of those areas, we go after them, but certainly if they wanted to reach us, they can do it through our website or our social media.
And all the information about the program is there, right?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
That's wonderful.
That is. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
God
And
bless
did you already do the fundraiser, or is it still up? Is it still upcoming?
We did fundraiser. So we did my CD release, birthday party / fundraiser.
Yeah. Okay.
About a week ago. And,
okay.
So
how did that go?
It went very, very well.
Awesome.
There's some YouTube video up there on there. We live streamed it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So had my whole band, and I had the kids perform. Some of my kids performed.
Oh, great.
And they got to show off their talents and do their thing. So.
Cool.
And raise some money, and but we're not for profit, so we're always trying to raise money. So,
is it from the website that you told Joyce? Is that where they can also donate? Anyone donate? Okay.
Yeah.
Good question.
It's the first link that comes up.
Okay, cool.
Very good.
So, listeners, if you have some extra change, give it to Michael for his for his foundation to help those children.
Yeah, please do.
Need in life. Yes.
Absolutely. And so what I want to do now, I want to take another Michael Manson music break, and
cool.
And then of course and then we'll come back and continue. And let's see. I was just kind of trying to decide because everything's so
Grooving
good.
Grooving tonight.
Okay. Very good. Because that was kind of floating around in my head as we were talking about that. You know, and I was like,
grooving tonight.
all right.
How was it floating?
Yeah, it was rotating. Okay, so we'll do that and then and let it bleed over. I'm probably on another one or so, and then we'll come right back right here. So y'all keep it locked right here. And if you just tuned in, we are talking to Mr. Michael Manson. He's in the house, y'all. So keep it locked right here, and we'll be right back.
Hello.
Hey, honey, how are you?
I'm great, honey.
Yeah, how's work today?
Oh, I'm a little tired out, but it's good. It's good.
Okay, well, good. Well, you know, I can't wait to meet you tonight. We're going to meet at the spot.
Can't wait to groove with you tonight.
Yeah, can't wait to groove with you tonight.
Can't wait to see ya. Just wanna be there with you. Grooving tonight. Because it feels alright. Can't wait to see ya. Just gotta be there with you. Grooving tonight. Because it feels alright.
And I think what's that that's playing? Straight up. Oh yeah, that's Najee on saxophone.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
he's phenomenal too. On flute too. Oh,
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and oh, yeah, that's nice. Sounded really good. Sounded so good. And that was actually that was straight up, and then right before that you heard grooving tonight. Yes, yes indeed. Yeah, and as Joyce was just saying, yes, you noticed a lot of activity in the chat room. You said, Joyce.
yeah, a lot of great comments. I'm going to turn that over to your assistant, though, Gris.
And by the way, if anybody have any questions in the chat room, yeah, feel free, please, by all means, while we got this man here.
Well, I have a question. Aside from all these accolades, like everybody's been commenting either from one of the previous ones or this one that we just played the set.
Sure.
Oh, excuse me. They're just loving, what you're doing. And when we were off the air, we were mentioning that YJ said nice guitar chops. And I was like, guitar, it's bass. He'll take it. He'll take the compliment. So we were laughing about that behind the scenes. But anyway, since you do have, because you were mentioning that Najee plays the saxophone on Straight Up.
Yes.
Who other people that you had guests come on to play on your CD? Can you please mention them?
Sure, of course. Well, like I said before, Tom Braxton is playing saxophone on A Ray of Hope. So was happy to have him. Such a blessing. He's been such a blessing in my life. And but he's right there from Dallas, doing his thing.
Yep.
He's an amazing artist. Oh my God.
Yes. And an amazing human being too.
Human being,
Yes.
even better human being. Ben Tankard is playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you remember which track?
Yes, he's playing on Still in Love. He's featured on Still in Love.
Oh, okay.
And so that's one of my favorite tracks as well. Who else? James Lloyd is playing on 2 tracks. He's playing on A Ray of Hope, and he's playing on Straight Up as well. James Lloyd from the group Pieces of a Dream.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then who else? Najee is on Straight Up. Again, another blessed brother, and really just enjoy hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Who else? Kevin Whalen, of course, is the feature, the
vocalist.
feature vocalist on there, and I think that's. I can't forget this. Darren and Ron, you guys probably know.
Oh yeah.
Darren.
Darren is doing horns on at least 2 of the tracks. I want to say Straight Up and Sundance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he's amazing too, and also an amazing person.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing person as well. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and YJ Yvonne J just said a bass is a guitar, right? Ha 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 ha.
Tell her she's, that's reaching, but it is the truth.
You did forget somebody else. That's your wife. Oh,
I cannot forget her. Featured vocalist.
And on Grooving Tonight, tell who actually opens up. Who opens up on Grooving Tonight?
Absolutely. That's the girl. She's doing the thing on that.
Yes, she did.
It's him. It's both of them. It's Michael and his wife doing the talking.
Yes, yes. The song is built upon, a husband and wife, who works hard and, just waiting to go out after the day. Like,
get your groove on.
Get the groove on. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I understand. I do understand that.
Yeah, she does that with her baby daddy quite a bit. That's how she refers to him. First time I heard that, I laughed so hard. I never expected that phrase coming from her mouth. And I'm like,
no one expects it, Michael. Every show I do, and I'm introducing, and I said, and my manager, my sound man, my husband, my baby daddy. And everybody just falls out. But it's just,
oh my gosh.
One day,
stuff that comes out of her mouth just floors me.
Yeah.
I know. My husband says, baby, you're so spontaneous. That's what he said. Which is a nice way of saying you talk a lot.
You cannot deny that she has a gift of gab.
Hey, Dad, I'm with you on that one, baby. Well, she can go.
Oh, no, you're the one that can't talk.
No,
he's too busy call the kettle black. I'm sorry.
No, he's too busy falling asleep.
I know, right?
But today, y'all, he is falling asleep in a flush, brand new, quiet chair.
Yes.
The
chair is brand new.
Oh.
You got rid of the chair.
Yes, the chair.
Oh.
The chair is sitting out in my garage where I can get out there and relax.
Make as much noise as you want.
Yeah, Michael, I swear to God, on some of the shows, the chair that he had before used to compete with him. So he got that corrected just for you.
Any little slight movement. Like, ooh, excuse me.
Man, look here. Well, look here. I sat out in that garage. I first got it when it was raining. I took it out the next day and started working on it. It was so hot in that garage, I said, shoot. And the chair was heavy too. So
one time I had to tell him, Mikey, you need to go get some gas X for that chair, something.
And one of our listeners like, no, you need to get a Crisco.
Yeah, Crisco, WD, everything. I mean,
WD, we had all kinds. So it became part of the show where even people in the chat was like, hey, Mac, high Mac's chair, or something like that.
It became its own entity.
Yes.
Yes. But I tell you, I finally, the day before yesterday, I told the guy, I said, I got my chair up. Boy, it took me about 2 hours to get this old heavy chair together, put it together. I said, shh.
Yeah.
Oh, just for Michael. Oh, that's so sweet of you. See?
Yeah.
Look, my brother God's going to bless you for that.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. But anyway, all fun and fun.
Henry just said, dang, no more chair.
Yeah. Everybody got used to it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So
back to
I might bring it back.
No. So back to Michael.
Sorry, Michael.
We had to let that out. That was just too much. It's been going on for a series of shows, and so your show is our anniversary show. So
let it out.
Yeah. But no, Michael. So what do you have planning for the future coming up though?
Well, as far as I'm just going to promote the record honestly, and whatever COVID allows us to do, we will do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got a couple of festivals scheduled, and we'll see what happens. You know, nobody knows what's going to happen right now. So
That's so true. Yeah.
and the best made plans, you know, are being thwarted. You know, so. But that's it, man. You know, I'm looking forward to getting out there and just kind of promoting the record and let people, you know, hear what's going on in my life right now.
Absolutely. And now, when you do go out and do your shows, who's usually your band? You have like a solid band that you take with you every time? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
They are solid too.
I believe,
solid.
yeah, I believe in having that good presentation.
Right.
Guys, good girls. You know, it makes sense for me to present. Not to be too religious, but you know, you can't give God halfway service.
Yes.
So
yes.
Right now, you better preach.
I'm telling you. Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, you bring it whenever you're out there representing. You know. So that's it. Period.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, Grizz, have you seen any questions in our chat for our guests?
No, not right now.
Okay.
They're still doing about the chair and the chirps.
Oh.
And how amazing the music is.
Yeah.
That just means we've asked great questions. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, getting back to your, I really want to do what I can to elevate the music. You know, I feel sometimes that smooth jazz gets caught in a kind of mediocre with the way people think about smooth jazz.
Right.
Like,
Yes, I feel you.
It's cool, but I'm looking to dismantle that. I'm like, come on, man.
It's more than that.
Yeah, you know, it's about music from the heart. And if you call it smooth jazz, that's fine, okay. But you know, really, you know, it's about music from the heart. And wherever that heart is, wherever that snapshot is right now, that's what you're gonna get.
That's
you know?
right.
And so that's the real stuff I want to get to. You know.
Yeah, because some other people or artists or whoever were giving jazz like a bad rap. So
Yeah.
A bad connotation. Well, they're only playing smooth jazz. You know, making it sound bad, like it's it's worthless. Like,
you're cursed.
Exactly. Or else, or you know, because you know how you get those people that are so snooty about jazz.
Yes, of course.
Well, that's not real jazz. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that happens too. You're right, Grizz.
It just irks me. It's like, okay, there's,
me too, Grizz.
You know, there's the when it first became where people were accepting jazz, where it came from and all from the roots and whatnot.
Right.
So, but then people, because like Joyce has said it before, people evolve, and they, you know, the music evolves.
And
right. You know, whoever you get in there, the new blood that gets in them, and they have their own ideas, and they tweak it here and there. And, you know, that's just evolution of anything.
And
it still keeps going, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. So
yeah,
as long as it's good music.
Thank you. Amen.
Look here.
Well,
we put together this museum, and it's the Jazz Legacy Museum, African American Jazz Legacy Museum. But the slogan is "Jazz from the belly of the ship."
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. Okay. That's.
Is that in Milwaukee?
No. This is gonna be in Oklahoma City.
All right. Because I know they just opened one in the same type of situation in Milwaukee, and they had a grand opening. I want to say it was yesterday in Milwaukee.
Well, this in here, Mike, is gonna cover the whole 50 states of jazz music. Period.
Sure.
You know, I had went over to Africa and I brought back some instrumentation like the banjo, and stuff like that. And we went to a museum in Oklahoma City, the Banjo Museum. those cats had the music. They said, well, we don't know where the banjo come from. They knew it came out of Africa, but what part of Africa? They couldn't tell.
Right.
I said it came out of Tanzania. You should see how he looked at me.
Right.
Wow.
They don't know where it comes from. All they know is Africa.
Right.
No other, yeah.
Well, it's not like it's in our history books, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
They
But
don't. I mean, I think they were just being truthful. I don't know.
well, you know,
I didn't know that either.
what's that?
That banjo came from Tanzania, and I'm African American, so
Well,
it's a lot. There's a lot.
okay.
We know
There's a
that
lot we don't know. Also, you know, the xylophone,
Mhm.
that came out of there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
That I
what,
can believe, yeah.
what is the kalimbo? What's that called? When you play this, you play with the
Kalimba?
everyone fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there, he had the small one. I brought back a big one,
Sure.
and you know, it's just going over there looking. Say, was this for the tourists? No, it wasn't for tourists. I had to find the shop where they had these instrumentations in, not just for the tourists.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Actual musicians that live there.
Right,
Go shopping
Right.
at a particular place.
right.
Right.
You
But
got the real thing.
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
The real McCoy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But like I said, the slogan of the African Jazz Legacy Museum is the jazz came from the belly of the ship.
I love that.
That's cool.
That's neat, though.
That's cool. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Well, Michael, now I want to talk a little bit. I have another question or thought, or maybe something that I want to pass to you. If you can tell us a little bit about, because earlier we were kind of going over some of the people that you worked with and
Sure.
the memories and stuff. And then so another I consider as a jazz legend as well. Tell us something about Al Jarreau, man, because I miss him. I miss him so much. I wish he was still here. Oh my gosh, I wish he was still here. I miss that.
That's right.
Yeah. I tell you, we became friends and like brothers, and it's like he was so special. But so I came to know him when he was getting up in age, right?
Yeah.
And I would tell him that back in 1978, 79 or so, I would say, hey man, when I was in my basement, at my childhood home, I used to practice to the Live in Europe CD, or not CD, what am I talking about? Album, right?
Yeah, yes.
I was like, dude, I just wanted to emulate what was going on there. And they had a little known bass player named Abraham Labrel who was playing for him at that time.
Yeah.
And but I was like, dude, you have such an influence on me. And I would tell them this, periodically before we go on stage. He'd be like, man, you got to be kidding me. You ain't. I was like, no, dude. It's like, this is the dream for me. And he would blush, man. And,
wow.
Yeah. But just knowing and loving him and he had, when we started to work together, he was starting to move a little slower. He was having some back issues and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But so getting to the stage was kind of a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the minute the stage hit, oh my
God,
dude,
yeah.
there was no pain,
right?
There,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be like that, and I said, Al, I just want to do what you do when I get be your age, man.
Absolutely.
Like just
Gosh.
share that in,
I used to do a lot of staging in Oklahoma,
Mhm.
and Al has been to the amphitheater, quite a few times, while I was doing the staging and stuff.
Right.
And what year was this, Ray?
God, this was back in the early 80s.
Okay.
Okay.
Back in the early 80s.
Okay.
And
Who are you? Oh, because you were 60 then. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh. Boy, she cut you down, right? Put you all up in the cobwebs.
Help me, please.
Right.
But you know, he would always say, man, like he just want to get away or something like that, you know. After he done the sound check, he didn't want to just sit around. He want to move around a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we went, you know, I got in the car, we drove around and stuff. We wanted to see the city, so done that. We stopped at the liquor store and got us a drink.
Yeah.
And we got kind of blasted.
Sure.
And we went back.
Not a drink, a bottle.
Yeah, we got toasted. We got toasted.
Told you about that drinking and driving.
Well, we went on back to the amphitheater there at the zoo and everything, and you know, I told him, I said, boy, if I have a son, I'm gonna give him your middle name, Giroux, in which I did have a son in 1982, and I named him Giroux. Taiwan Giroux.
Okay.
But I got to be good friends with Al.
Sure.
Yeah, I got to be good friends with
Good brother, man. Missed him a lot. You know.
Oh yeah.
Michael, how long did you tour with Al Jarreau?
So off and on for about maybe 4 years. So
Awesome. By any chance, when you perform with him, because I love all of his music, but the one that just kind of stands up a little bit more for me is Morning.
Sure.
I love that. I love that song.
Yeah.
Aside from it just being like he's giving thanks for like another day kind of vibe that I get. But the one phrase that I love when I first heard it, just like he actually said that, where he says like he can be like any man, reach out his hand and touch the face of God.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That floored me right there. And I was like, okay, this is my favorite song now from him. Even though I love his other stuff, but that one became my favorite song.
That's what I remember too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a long time ago. I was very young, and I heard him on, oh my goodness, Chick Corea, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
That's when I became fascinated with him. I didn't know who he was, and I heard it, and I went, oh, that is awesome. That, you know, no, I can honestly say this, and I'm not trying to gain any brownie points, of course, so I can say this. I've never heard anybody scat like him before or after.
This is true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It wasn't too many of them that could do that.
That could do that.
They could do it, but no one. I mean, Ella could scat her behind off.
Oh yeah.
So, Bobby McFerrin as well.
Bobby McFerrin.
Right. And that's what I loved about him. I enjoyed so much about him because he had that element in there with his singing, and it just made it so. Man, it's just one of them deals, and I hardly hear that much anymore. You know.
Right.
Well, you don't hear it.
Yeah, you don't.
You know, you really don't hear it anymore. You know, because the ones that was actually doing the scatting, well, Bobby's still around, but he done got so old. He done got old. He's not doing too much of nothing.
Right.
Yeah, Bobby McFerrin is a one-man show.
Yeah, he really is that.
The house down. He was the opener for somebody. Who was I? See, I can't remember their name. And that was like 25 years ago. Y'all, after he was done, it was like, I wouldn't want to come behind
Follow
that.
him.
Yeah.
The stuff that came out of his mouth. I'm like, it's a whole man and one man. Oh, I didn't mean to rhyme.
Absolutely.
But anyway, but he was just, at that point, I was just so totally enamored with his talent. You know, he didn't have any
scatting and beating on his chest like a drum.
He's the man that doesn't have to carry any gear.
That's right. He was the gear.
He was it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the gear. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk about, if you don't mind, you mentioned off the air about your educational background, but tell us about when your training, how you started, and the instruments that you graced, because usually if you got that many degrees, you've done more than the bass. So tell us about that.
So yeah, so I'm versed in all of the orchestra instruments: violin, viola, cello, bass, string bass, of course. But I also play piano, and I own a guitar. But I do play saxophone, but my degrees are essentially in orchestra instruments. So, I'm an orchestral conductor by degree.
And you have
I have a deep love. I have a deep love for classical music, and yeah.
Which to the next, which is your favorite era in classical music, and who was your favorite composer?
Sure. It's kind of weird in that my favorite era is the Romantic era, and oddly enough, this guy is kind of maligned a lot, but Richard Wagner is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. I sure have.
Okay.
Yeah.
You liked his operas, or
what he wrote? Actually, that's all he wrote was.
It was just operas. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when we gonna see you in the Tux and the Tails?
Pardon me?
When we gonna see you in the Tux, the Tails?
Tux and the Tails?
Yeah.
Hopefully never, because I hate those.
Oh, there.
Now, let me ask you that. Are you gonna play the upright on anything?
Pardon me?
Have you played the upright on any of your music?
Yeah. In this record, the Little Princess Waltz.
Okay.
Oh, that's a beautiful tune.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is that dedicated to?
Oh, that's my daughter.
I knew it.
I figured. And when I heard that one for the first time when I played it through, and I just sat there and just was really paying attention. Because the first time I'm doing some other stuff and I'm kind of hearing it in the background and just listening to it, but not really paying attention. When I sat down and paid attention, I just kind of let my mind go, and I could just see you dancing with your daughter. But you know how when they're still little, you put them on your feet, and you're the one that's actually. Then that's what I saw. Is you dancing with her that way?
Yeah, and honestly, it's more about illusion at this point and recollection, because my daughter's she's 21 years old now. So, but I always see her. I see her just like you said. And I probably will most of the time. I will just see her that way. She's always going to be 10 to me, and daddy's girl. So there it is, and that's what that song is about.
Well, it's beautiful, and I hope she does. I hope she loves it as much as
she does. She does.
Good.
Yeah. Aw. Nothing like it. Hey, I'm going to ask you something about history, since you have a master's degree in orchestral music. When I was in college, I saw an article or something that Beethoven, was it Beethoven or was it Bach? No, it was Beethoven, was black. He was actually a Moor from Europe, and he was a man of color. Can you add to that?
Honestly, I heard that. I can't confirm it, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do know that that Mozart had a black friend.
Yeah.
And we play a lot of his music at my school.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What was his name? Joseph. It's French.
Joseph Boulogne de Chevalier.
Yeah.
George.
You do?
Yes, absolutely.
You have anything on YouTube?
Yes.
Of his music?
Absolutely.
That up.
Cool.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about Joseph.
Absolutely. But he's very, 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 very influential.
I find that very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very influential. Mozart was actually intimidated by him. He was so talented.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's saying a lot, and that is saying a lot.
But the history books, because I have a degree in music education, and not one book talked about Joseph.
I know.
Mozart, yes, but no one talked about it. I had to find that out outside.
Isn't that
of,
crazy?
The story can be a little bit dark, so I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't want you. They don't want you to know anything about the history of anything.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it takes too many years to come back around to find out the history of everything, the various things.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But he was an amazing young man, and at that time. So yeah, look it up. So it's fun to read about things that were left out the history books, if you know what I mean. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Michael, real quick, since we're still in the classical frame of mind, when you played in the orchestra, by any chance, did you ever get to play the cello?
The cello is not formally in orchestras, but I studied privately with cello, and cello is probably, and I'll never own it up to this, but it's probably my favorite instrument.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cello.
Yeah.
I do too. The sound, the tones that come out of there.
Absolutely.
It's your soul.
Yeah.
It hits your soul.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like crying to me, but
Okay.
Michael, they've heard this story before, but I had to touch all these instruments, and I took I had to take private cello and private violin. Now, like Max says, the violin was crying.
That one's crying.
Awful.
That's
and
crying.
Dr. Fuller, I looked at him and he was cringing. I'm used to pressing keys and there's the note. I didn't, trying to slide into and find out where is this note on this string.
Sure.
And then I took cello. And for some reason, cello appealed to me so much better. I was stringing along and I was playing and I was like, okay, this is cool. I love cello. I don't know if it's because of the sound was just more appealing to me, because violin, I was a total wreck. And I was just glad to just pass it. And maybe because, I took cello second, but the cello is just so beautiful. It was just, I loved it.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, because violin is extremely hard to play because getting the notes right is difficult because they're so close together.
Sure.
And because one of the kids that I worked with in school was in orchestra, and it was just all violins, and it's all string orchestra.
Sure.
And the child that I had was second violin, but it's just and when they hit the F sharp wrong, you could hear it, and it would hurt.
Oh.
Because everything's so loud, and there were so many of them, and I'm like, oh my god, players are missing.
We have to all start somewhere.
I was at my daughter's house the other day, and I bought the Tierra for the keyboard. Tyler got a set of drums. I don't think he don't even play them no more. I asked him, asked Tyler, I said, man, what you want to play? I said, you got drums, you play? No. He said, I want to play the violin. I said, okay, I'll get you a violin and take you and get you some lessons. So I'm going to do that for him.
Okay, I have a question for you, Michael. How about some jazz cello?
It's doable. Hadn't thought about it though, honestly, but yeah.
Since you're out the box about music, hey, just saying.
If the rock band, I forgot the name. Huh?
Queen?
No. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot the name. Wow. Anyway, they use it in their stuff, so why can't jazz?
I was thinking Bohemian Rhapsody for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
No.
they have some strings. No, we're talking more recent group.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. One. Oh, the one that had the song I Apologize with. They have the pop guy or somebody.
Well, if you can't think of it, leave it alone.
Okay. Well, let me break in here while you're thinking about it. I want to get one more track off of his collection before we close down, because we only got another almost less than 20 minutes. So I want to do that track by Ben Tankard real quick, and then bring us back to close out. But
Okay.
Could you tell us a little bit about the track before we go right into it? Just kind of lead us in it.
Again, it's one of those things where it's one of those tracks where I wrote it, thinking about long-term relationships like my own, and so after all you've been through, it's if you're still in love, this music is for you.
Yeah, I like that. Love it.
Playing my song.
All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna do that right quick, and then we're gonna come right back. So everybody, keep it locked. We'll be right back, right here with our great guest, Michael Manson. Keep it locked.
I need a chick who could cook, wash my drawers and socks and be on my team whether I ball or not. Play no games, kids say no names. This ain't gon' change, the same old same. Try to put you on crug, did you ask for more?
And I'll be right back.
You're leaving?
You're leaving? We're getting ready to come on.
Just for a second. No, I already turned off my thing. Go ahead and come back. I'll come back in a little bit.
Are we going on the air? Okay.
I hear somebody's feedback.
It's Matt. Oh, it's okay.
It's not me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and oh, that was such man. That sounded so good. Loving that. Actually, we ran right into a little Princess Waltz, and but right before that, you heard that nice one from I guess with Ben Tankard. It was Still in Love. Nice, man. Very, very nice. Really enjoy that.
Yeah. It was important to have Ben on there. Ben is a good brother and pastor and good friend and an amazing keyboard player. And so, and I had the pleasure of sitting in on one of his tracks a couple of years ago. Did quite well actually on Billboard. Hit the top 3, top 2.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Nice. Which one was it of his that you were on?
I want to say it was a tune called "Right Turn Ahead" or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
I think I started. I noticed Ben Tankard on when he released Heavenly Vibe or
Sure.
Vibes. Was there an S on it? I can't remember. That's when I just love. I still to this track is still fresh and new to me. Of course, he has a lot of other things, but that was the one that drew me in to him. But I didn't realize he was a pastor too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna pastor too? I think you have a lot on your plate though. With the
I think I'm okay. I think plate is overflowing, as it were.
Yeah, you have a whole lot. Your ministry is huge. How do you keep all this? Because you have an awesome band. Again, y'all go search it on YouTube. His band is awesome. You have an awesome band. You produce a lot of music. You know, release a lot of music, and then you have the school. How do you keep this all going?
I want to say, it's about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. I've got great teams, and I'm blessed with the vision to monitor and to lead the teams, but I've got awesome teams, and so I can't. While you may see the Michael Manson name out there, you may see the Musical Arts Institute name out there, but the teams that we have are amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
And why don't you? I don't think. Did you tell us your wife's name?
Her name is Lana.
Lana. Okay.
Yeah.
And does she travel with you to and join you in all your shows?
As much as I possibly can get her to do it.
Because she's one of your background singers, right?
Well, no, in the studio she is, but not on stage.
Not so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Darn.
That said, it's amazing how God puts couples together. And while I could be this extrovert, she's really an introvert and doesn't like to be in the spotlight and that type of thing. So, she's my yin to my yang.
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess you can tell in my marriage who's the extrovert already.
So let's see. Let me think on that one.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I like how you put him on blast when he was trying to rap. Do that reps.
That made me choke.
That was too funny.
I looked up at my husband because he's the introvert, and we're at a birthday celebration. It was karaoke night, and he's reading the lyrics and rapping along where we were sitting. And I just took my phone and like, really? And you saw him, he was reading and rapping. I'm like, not my husband, you know what I mean? So now I would do something silly like that, but that's not his personality.
Right.
That was funny though.
Leave my man Darren alone. Y'all leave him alone.
I'm not picking on her. It was funny. It was sweet though. I can hear Joyce laughing in the background as she's recording him.
All right, but anyway, it's almost time for us to wrap things up.
Sure
So
is.
I want Michael to tell everyone where they can keep up with him and follow him and all that good stuff.
Well, of course, you have all of the social media links, Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook, Mike Manson, Twitter, Mike Manson, Instagram, Mike Manson 5, and then of course my website, MikeManson.com.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
Oh,
and the link to your school again?
The Musical Arts Institute. .org, musicalartsinstitute.org. And, and I just want to encourage people to keep the music alive, support the music, right? Try not to do the free download if you could,
right.
Actually support the music, and so we can keep doing it. We want to, and
yes.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Nobody's really getting rich around here. Everybody's trying to
do it.
Do it,
Absolutely. Well, Michael, man, thank you so much for coming back to us and hanging out with us today and sharing sharing your wonderful music and just talk about yourself, because it's just always great to catch up and
indeed.
Yeah. And
you guys did a fabulous job too as well, man. I really appreciate you guys.
We thank you. We really do.
Our pleasure.
And just keep things going. We'll be watching, and hopefully this COVID thing will clear to a point where people can get more comfortable, being out and getting
out in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
put the mask on.
That's right. Gotta stay safe, y'all. So and but anyway, I guess it is about that time, isn't it? We got
it is.
So
4 minutes.
So I just wanted, like I said, thank Michael again, and I really do appreciate him being on the show. I want everybody to have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. Keep yourself safe. It's just what we have to do right now. And with that said, I just want to say, everybody, thank you, all the family in the chat room and the people listening on outside the chat room. We really do appreciate you tuning in, and if you did happen to come tuning in late, don't worry, we do have the archive will be available shortly after the show, so you'll be able to catch up on it. And just everybody have a great weekend, and I'm just going to pass it over to my co-hosts, let them say what they need to say, and we'll get out of here.
Ray, you're muted. You're not going to be heard, so unmute yourself.
There you go.
I didn't mute me.
Oh, we did, because you were making too much noise.
Yeah.
As always.
I'm sorry.
You're probably looking through your mail. Doing.
I heard that too. I did hear that.
All right. Check out something. Well, hey, Mike, and look here, man, it was our pleasure having you on the show today, man, and I hope it don't take so long the next time for you to come back.
All right.
Yeah, But yeah, man, like I said, it's been a pleasure, and music is great and everything else, man. And the one thing you almost forgot, like I said, your wife. You called everybody up except her, and I had to remind you of that.
Oh, dude. Behind with him.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Well,
yeah.
I don't think I have to say. Everybody be safe out there. And, see you later. Bye.
Next.
Well, all I can say, Mike, is action speaks louder than words. And when you brought up your wife, there was a total glow. Whether you remembered her to say her name or not, we saw that. So, bless you. But what a pleasure. I love your music. I love your vibe on the stage. God bless you. And everybody, please, his music is on every digital platform. Make sure you add him to your Spotify playlist. Go grab his music. Go download it. Remember, it's only 99 cents. I don't know anything else that costs 99 cents. Okay. So support him. Follow him on all the social networks and all the indie musicians too. You know, it's hard out there.
It is.
So I look forward to hopefully seeing you in Dallas area.
That's what's up. Got to get on down there.
Yeah, I would love to see you. I'll do everything I can to get there. You have an amazing show, so hopefully to see you in our area. Even Houston, it's not that far from me. All right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, you guys be safe out there. All right, Gris?
Okay, Henry said, good night, Papa Smurf, to Ray.
Hey, Henry. Grizz, you forgot to do the roll call today.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, I was just checking, sweetheart. I was just checking.
I want to try. Oh, well, I need to apologize to Marilyn because I forgot to write her name down when I saw her in the chat room last week. But I know she tuned in last week. So anyway, we have Gia, Colleen, Jessica from Africa, Lord V, Keith, Gilchrist, Algie's in the house, Marilyn. I remembered to write your name this time, sweetie. So sorry about that last week. Pat Carey and Michelle's listening in. Henry, the Mix Man, B-Fly Lady Di, Cynthia Adams, John Vargas, aka John B, and Diane Jenkins is in the house. And if I forgot somebody, forgive me, because it's hard to keep up.
Yeah,
YJ's in the house too. See, I forgot to put her name down.
It's hard to keep up with everybody sometimes. So
it is. Some have come, I had to leave because I think YJ had to leave. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I forgot to put her name down when I saw it in the chat room. Saying hello to her. Oy vey, because I kept my Facebook up for a little bit while I was doing the music, and then trying to.
It's hard to keep it with everything, isn't it?
It is.
All the different medias and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so forgive me if I did forget somebody. Sorry. All right, next week. I can't wait. Next week, we're having Heidi Tan. Yay!
All right.
One of our favorites. And another favorite, Patrick Yandel.
All right, Mr. Patrick.
Wow, yay! All right.
Music out. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It is amazing. So, Michael, thank you.
My pleasure.
Keep me in the loop if something new comes up, so that way we won't have such a long period of time before you come back.
For sure.
Because if people keep me in the loop, I was like, we gotta get this because it's new.
Yeah.
Get them in here, even if it's a couple of singles that you've released, we can get you someone else. So,
okay.
Please, that way it won't be such a long time before we see you again.
Absolutely. All right.
And we truly enjoyed the music today.
Everyone,
be
careful. Be safe out there.
Yes.
Have a good weekend. Since it's still summertime, stay hydrated, please. Drink plenty of fluids. And we will see you next week. All right. So, ciao.
All right, everybody. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.